Tonight, the breaking news: special counsel Robert Mueller's team now planning to investigate meetings and email exchanges disclosed by Donald Trump Jr. His meeting with a Russian lawyer came before the public knew the extent of Russian hacking. Now, the Russian cyber attack on the Democratic National Committee's computer systems, you remember that? That's sort of when all this kind of came into the public eye. It revealed damning emails and other information, which ultimately led to goodbye DNC Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She lost her job over it, and Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz joins me out front. I mean, these developments for you, Congresswoman, are very, very significant. I just want to once again, to start this interview off, if I may, read a part of these emails between Donald Trump Jr. and the publicist, Rob Goldstone. That's the one who set this meeting up with the Russian lawyer.
Right.
Goldstone says to Donald Trump Jr., this meeting was, quote, to provide the Trump campaign with some official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary and her dealings with Russia and would be very useful to your father. This is obviously very high level and sensitive information, but is part of Russia and its government's support for Mr. Trump. Donald Trump Jr. replies, I love it, especially later in the summer, referring to when it could come out. What's your reaction, Congresswoman?
Erin, I mean, I was stunned when I heard about this email exchange, and obviously this has unfolded over the course of yesterday and today. Clearly, what we learned today is that the president's son, his namesake, a senior advisor and someone who was in the top tier of the Trump campaign, colluded through the classic dictionary definition of what that word means. Merriam-Webster defines collusion as cooperation, especially for deceit or illegal purposes. And there's no question that what Donald Trump Jr. agreed to do, with relish, I might add, is meet with a lawyer who he believed was affiliated with the Russian government to assist his father's campaign and collect dirt on Hillary Clinton. If that is not definition of collusion, I don't know what is. I'm sure that it is. And this is obviously continues with this iceberg that we were initially at the tip of last summer, just gets larger and larger.
So where does it go from here to you, right? Donald Trump Jr. is not now involved in the Trump administration. He says his father didn't know anything about this meeting. Does this go nowhere? Whatever it may be, if you're right, it's collusion. Does it go anywhere?
Donald Trump Jr. is a liar. I mean, he has lied throughout all of the questioning just on this one email exchange. I mean, he said initially that the meeting was about adoption and conveniently left out the important part of why he took the meeting. He also said that that he didn't know the lawyer's name or even why he was meeting with her. This meeting was attended by Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, who is now a senior advisor inside the belly of the White House, right next to the president. I mean, this is someone who has top secret security clearance, which, if it's not already revoked, it should be immediately, because he also clearly participated in collusion. And the only question now is, what did the president know? When did he know it? And to what extent did this collusion, how deep did it go?
Okay, so they're saying, though, that this is opposition research. That's what they thought it was, all right? In fact, the White House says it was actually the DNC that had inappropriate communications with foreign officials during the campaign. They actually say there was a consultant for the DNC who met with top officials at the Ukrainian embassy to try to get dirt on Donald Trump, Paul Manafort, and the Russians, right? Sebastian Gorka, who, as you know, is a top advisor to the president now, made that case today. Here he is.
Was it a good idea for Don Jr. to meet with this Russian lawyer?
Was it a good idea for the DNC to send its operatives to the Ukrainian embassy?
I'm not sure that answers my question.
No, if there's a meeting that was wholly appropriate, but which led to nothing, let's compare that to the DNC sending its people to the Ukrainian embassy to coordinate Oppo attacks against our candidate. I mean, if you want to see collusion, it's in the DNC.
You were the head of the DNC. Did you okay a meeting like that? Would that be appropriate?
No, of course I didn't, and that is an absurd comparison. Let's go back to what we found out today. Donald Trump Jr., the president's namesake, his son, senior official of Donald Trump's campaign, agreed to a meeting that he knowingly was told via email was with a lawyer affiliated with the Russian government, and the email specifically said that they wanted to help Donald Trump's campaign and help him and provide them with dirt on Hillary Clinton.
It did.
That meeting was attended by Paul Manafort, the campaign chairman, by Jared Kushner, who is now a senior advisor and was then to the campaign, but is now a senior advisor to the president with top secret security clearance. That
just to be clear, though, you're saying what Sebastian Gorka said. Okay, but you're saying what Sebastian Gorka says happened, that did not happen. That is untrue.
What I'm saying is that it is an absurd comparison, and you asked me whether I directed anyone in the DNC. No, I did not.
Okay,
and what we have here is a very clear case of collusion. We have a clear case of the top tier of a presidential campaign knowingly and specifically taking a meeting in which they intended to collude with the Russian government to collect dirt on their opponent to affect the outcome of their election, which was successful. Unbelievable, outrageous, and we have to get to the bottom of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And next, the president's not so full-throated defense of his eldest son, and named after him. We're going to go inside their relationship.